Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying 6 sweet treats from Old Kentucky Chocolates. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a chocolate store. Yep. And you walk into Old Kentucky Chocolates and you're almost overwhelmed by the sweet, sweet smell in the air. They have a very large candy counter. Mm-hmm. And when you go in, and plus they have box things. I mean, you don't have
prepackaged stuff.
Yes, you don't have to go to the candy counter, but you can't help it because there's so much to choose from. So
if you want a box of chocolate creams, then you can just buy a box of
bourbon balls
or a complete random box.
Yes. So we chose for our we chose 6 items. You could have chose 1 item if you'd wanted to, but we chose 6 because that's me. We bought a milk peanut butter cup. Are you going to hold these up? A dark cup. A white cup. This is called a Buckeye. And then we bought a white Pecan Thoroughbred.
Which looks like almost like a turtle, but it's covered in white. It's got caramel and pecans.
They had those
it's got salt on top.
Covered in milk chocolate, and they probably had them covered in dark as
I only remember the milk, but they may have had
They
chocolate.
definitely had milk and white.
Yeah,
of course, I'm going to buy what I think is going to be the sweetest.
Right.
And then the last thing, I had to get one of these. It's called a coconut haystack.
Yeah, it's this all the way through, and then they've just dipped it in chocolate on the bottom, so it's heavy.
And it looks wonderful. So we're going to try the dark. Let's try the dark first.
Peanut butter cup.
The dark peanut butter cup. These peanut butter cups were $1.50 each. And
there's the size of it, by the way.
Yes, $1.50 each. So when you think about the prices that I give you, you have to consider this is like, it's like going into a C's Candies or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you're buying individual pieces, it's going to cost you a little bit. And we're cutting it because we're trying to leave enough to have a picture at the end of the video. Mm-hmm. But now if I don't get enough of the flavor in one bite, I will take another bite.
Most of the time you can get a really good feel for something just to that one bite. Mm. It's good. The dark chocolate's not super, super bitter, which I like. Mm-hmm. It's definitely dark, but it's not bitter dark. No,
but the dark chocolate, I mean, you do taste the peanut butter, definitely.
Mostly chocolate, though.
But yeah, the chocolate, I think, it's creamy, even though it's dark. I do like the flavor of the dark chocolate. Do they still make a dark chocolate Reese's?
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't think they do.
I don't know.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do in those the thins.
I truly don't know.
Yeah, you can go ahead and cut the milk.
You want the milk?
I like the peanut butter. It's sweet. It's not like a Reese's peanut butter.
No, it's actually like actual peanut butter.
Yes, it's like creamy peanut butter.
They probably thickened it up a little bit with whatever, powdered sugar or whatever they thickened it up with, but that's it. Yeah, even the texture is just peanut butter. I like that one better.
I like that one 10 times better.
Mm-hmm. You actually get the peanut butter flavor.
Mm-hmm. You get the chocolate, but it's so sweet that it really goes along with that peanut butter.
Yeah,
and
really nice.
The peanut butter is twice as strong in the milk as it is in the dark.
Yeah. It's not as good as a Reese's cup, but it is good.
It's delicious. Sometimes they don't get the peanut. Other companies don't get the peanut butter right, and it won't be that sweet. I think that's a sweet peanut butter.
Oh yeah. It's good. It's a good peanut butter. It's just not, Reese's cup. You can't help but compare. If they're going to make a cup, you're going to be comparing it to Reese's cup.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like the white chocolate, but it tastes more like a white coating than a chocolate.
I really like the white chocolate.
I didn't get any peanut butter though.
Oh, I did.
Maybe my bite just didn't have a lot, but I didn't. Very little peanut butter flavor. It's all the white chocolate.
The white chocolate was the strongest in that one, though. The peanut
Yeah,
butter, the peanut butter is not the star of the show. Honestly, I love white chocolate, but the best of those is the milk chocolate.
Yeah,
the milk.
Because it was equally chocolate and peanut butter.
Yes, and we tried some big cups from there's a place called Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. They're located, they have a location. They're located everywhere. But they have a location in Lexington where they sell chocolates and stuff. These are 10 times better. These are much better.
Yeah, we didn't care for theirs.
No. But if I was gonna spend $1.50 again on one little cup, it would be on the milk chocolate.
Yeah, but honestly, go get a Reese's.
I would be very hard pressed though I mean, gosh, you're talking about a special occasion to spend that much on a little cup. I think
it's just they're not good enough to be worth spending that much money on it.
All
you can
the
go
time,
get a Reese's cup.
yeah, all the time you couldn't afford it.
No.
So this is the Buckeye, and a Buckeye is peanut butter.
Sometimes I would say the candy place is better and it's worth the money. For those, I just don't think they're worth the money.
Well, because Reese's, you can't beat a Reese's cup. But now that is very delicious.
Yeah, it's
but
good.
You still can't beat Reese's.
No, you can't.
Okay, so the Buckeye was $1.15.
Wow.
$1.15.
And it's like a little bonbon. It's peanut butter inside.
Yes, it's peanut butter, and then it has milk chocolate on the outside.
No. Can't remember if I held it up or not, but there it is. We'll have a closer picture of the inside.
So you would think it would taste a lot like the cup.
Yeah, except the peanut butter is usually a little bit different texture. We got a lot of peanut butter from that one either. I mean, I get it, but
the peanut butter isn't near as strong. You would think the milk chocolate cup,
especially as thick as it is,
and then the Buckeye, you would think those would be like just a different shape, but the same thing, and it's absolutely not at all.
No, the Buckeye really doesn't have a lot of peanut butter flavor.
No.
Like I said, it's almost like they mix peanut butter with powdered sugar to thicken it up, and they've almost put too much powdered sugar in it to where that's all you taste is the sweetness of
right.
the sugar.
It's sweet, but it's not my favorite Buckeye, unfortunately.
No.
That, and I know you can buy a whole box of Buckeyes. I personally would not, because that is not my favorite Buckeye. We've had others that were better.
Ohio is really known for their Buckeyes.
The Buckeye State.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of Buckeyes from Ohio. They are better. That's just the fact. Okay, do you want to try that coconut first, because that's going to be nutty, or do you want the nuts first?
We'll do the coconut.
Okay, so this is the coconut haystack, and listen, don't be sitting. You need to be sitting down when I give you the price of this, because you're going to be shocked. The price, when you look at it on the cabinet, it says it's $26.50 per pound. So they weigh these. They pull them out of the cabinet, and yes, it looks wonderful. And they weigh them. And so ours ended up costing it fell apart.
It's hard.
$6.89 is how much that cost.
I was expecting it to be kind of soft in the center. It's not. It's very hard. It's almost like divinity or something. Or cream candy or something. It's very hard.
Crunchy.
I like the flavor though.
I want to get some with the chocolate.
It doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
The texture.
You might get a little bit of that chocolate texture, but I love the coconut and whatever sweet stuff they use to hold it all together. I love that flavor. It's really, really nice. It's very 100% coconut forward. It's just like super sweet coconut. But I ended up liking the crunchiness of it. The texture. I like the textures.
That is definitely the sweetest thing we've had here.
Strongest flavored thing.
The coconut, it's outstanding.
Yep,
the crunch, the little crunch on all those, it's like little sugar crystals or something on each little piece of coconut.
I think it's toasted coconut, so it's crunchy instead of that softness.
It's crunchy and sweet and absolutely delicious.
Yep.
And I love it with that additional texture of the chocolate.
My only complaint about it is, since it is kind of hard, Can you imagine? Okay, I'm gonna eat that.
Biting into it.
How are you gonna eat that? I wish they made them in smaller, like little. I almost wish they'd make them this size.
Oh, little petites, like little minis.
Yeah, and like maybe dip like
that would be a cute,
make a circle and then dip like half of it in there, like what are those called, black and white cookies almost.
Yeah.
Make them almost like that, where like the half the cookie or half the coconut thing is. That would be much easier to manage to eat. Plus, you're not buying a $6 cube or mountain. You're buying
coconut
5
mountain.
or 6 little small things.
What I would do.
It kind of reminds me of those mountain bars. Those, where they're piled up. Kind of reminds me of that.
I would have no issue eating that. Although I do like Kevin's idea of having a mini. I would have because when I picked it up, I would just bite that tip off of it, and then I would work on the rest of it.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's more cumbersome to eat than it would be if it was smaller.
But I give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh yeah, I would eat that. I don't know if it's worth
$6.89.
Almost $7. I don't know. There's a lot there, though.
It is a lot there.
Yeah.
This last thing is called a white pecan thoroughbred, and it was there were $26.50 a pound, and so this ended up costing us $5. It's full of pecans.
Yeah.
$5.04 because they do weigh them. They also have, besides chocolate and stuff, they have gifts. The word thoroughbred reminded me. We're in the horse capital of the world. But there's lots of like, they have a section of like Kentucky horse related gifts, but they have other gifts too. So
they even have horse-shaped chocolate.
They also have other candy because I wanted to get the grandkids, and Kevin said no. I wanted to get the grandkids some candy cigarettes. And Kevin said, no.
They don't eat that.
Okay. I am most surprised by one thing.
What?
The salt.
Yeah, it's got salt all on top of it.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought it was sugar.
No, it's salt. Salt crystals.
I hadn't paid that much attention. Yeah. It's very salty.
I like it. It's got a nice salty, sweet flavor. I don't hate it.
The white confection on top, it's it's white chocolate, but it's more like it's kind of chalky.
It's like a dipping chocolate more than a white chocolate. That's the same thing for the white cup. I said that about that. It's more like a dipping chocolate than an actual white chocolate. I don't mind it. I think it's a lot of money.
I think I made it bad. I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's delicious. But I think now that I've tasted their milk chocolate, I'd rather
their white chocolate.
I should have bought the milk chocolate. The milk chocolate.
Well, you don't know. And we've had so many things with milk chocolate and caramel and pecans too, though. So white chocolate's a little different.
It's different.
I just don't think it's. I like it. I just don't think it's worth the money. Their caramel, I don't really get the caramel flavor. You would think you'd get a really rich, because it's almost all caramel.
But I think it does add some sweetness to it.
Yeah, but
I think
don't you think you should taste the caramel?
Yes, I think you're getting sweet from the white chocolate. You're getting sweetness from the caramel. The first thing I tasted was the salt because I didn't see that, I didn't think that would be salt. And so the first thing was like, oh, that's salty. Yeah. But I liked it. It went well with the sweet. But I do like the crunch of the pecans. I think it's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real expensive for what it is. Like I said, you get a lot of caramel. I mean, it's a lot there, but there's not a lot of flavor to the caramel. So you're not getting that rich, buttery, sugary caramel flavor. When I eat caramel, especially when I'm paying $5 for it, I want that really rich, buttery caramel flavor.
Well, you'd probably like it better without all those pecans. You would probably, they have other caramels. I know, but since it has so many pecans in it.
Yeah. That one's one you could skip too. Honestly, I think you could skip everything except maybe the coconut.
It depends on how much money you're willing to spend.
Yeah,
truly.
honestly.
You're going in a specialty candy store. You have to expect that you're going to spend a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody in there was spending a lot.
Yeah.
I was listening to the numbers at the checkout.
Everybody spent about what we did.
Yes, we spent a lot, and so did everybody else. Because I kept thinking, why is everybody paying so much money? Well, it's because if you buy the boxes, then
they're a set price.
it's not bad. It's when you go to the candy counter, and that's where everybody wants to go. That's where your prices add up. When you pay $6.89 for one thing, or you pay $5.04 for one thing, that's where it adds up. I would definitely, if you like coconut, I don't think you should miss that coconut haystack.
No. You could even ask, maybe you can, because all of them are about that big. I wonder if you could ask, give me a small one. Because it's by weight, so if you don't want a huge hunk of,
but I bet they try to make them all the same weight. I'm sure they put that mound on a scale and they probably weigh it out, and so I'm sure they're probably all going to be around $6 or $7 a piece. But I think the white pecan thoroughbred is good. I think if you decided to get it in milk chocolate, you would like it more.
I think so too.
We have a video on the channel. If you're interested, Old Kentucky Chocolates. We went in years ago and we filmed. It's in the same location, but the store looks completely different on the inside. They also have another location. We went to their location on Southland Drive.
Which is like their main location.
Yes. They have another location over in Hamburg. If you know the Lexington area, they have one over there too. So hopefully you'll get a chance to go in there and check them out. They sell fruit cakes. They sell pecan cakes.
When they're in stock.
Pecan cakes. They just have all kinds of
bourbon
things.
balls.
They will give samples. So if you see anything, you want a sample of it, they will give you a sample. I think they had chocolate covered cherries and they had all kinds of fruits.
They have bourbon cherries.
Yeah, they have chocolate covered blueberries. What was in the refrigerator?
It was the grapes.
Grapes. Chocolate covered grapes.
That's what it was.
Yes, they have a refrigerated section and they had boxes of
They had
those.
pretty good sized boxes too. I don't know how much they were or anything.
Yeah, so they have a lot to offer, a lot to choose from. So if you've never been in there, it's definitely a place to check out. Yeah. I don't know if I would take my kids with me because there's going to be a lot.
Everything.
They're going to want everything, and you're not going to be able to afford everything.
They also have a reduced sugar and a sugar-free section too.
They do. I'm so glad you thought of that. Yeah,
so
they do.
If you want to reduce sugar chocolate, then you can get it.
But this won't be the only video we do from Old Kentucky Chocolates because we bought 2 other things.
Assorted boxes.
Yes, so we're going to be we're going to have 2 other videos coming your way. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.